Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm looking at this infographic. This is from IEEE Global Spec. What engineers want from a website. Now, why I found this infographic interesting is these are a lot of the same things that I've encountered when doing websites for manufacturing companies that wanted to rank higher. Because a lot of these manufacturing places do white label service. And basically, they're fulfilling the manufacturing end for companies. They're basically fulfilling the orders. That is how they make their business, some of them. But this can actually apply as well to um, people who are buying the products as well for companies. But one thing to understand, like with a lot of these manufacturing websites, if you're not like selling like a retail, a wholesale product or whatever, but you're providing the actual services, there's two groups of buyers that are in here. And one is the engineers, the people who are actually looking at the specs. They're coming up with the blueprints. They're coming up with um, the actual formulations of how these things are supposed to be built. And then the other people that are the audience are the procurement agents, the buying people, the people who write the checks. So those are the two main audiences usually for those types of manufacturing websites. So good examples of websites that would be like this would be like Xometry, um, spelled with an X. That's a good example of them. But there's lots of smaller ones as well that are all across the country. But what engineers want from a website, and again, this is the people who are going to go tell the buyers that you need to, get with this company because they can fulfill our orders. When they discuss their favorite work-related websites, they list these as the most important features. Spoilers, aesthetics aren't everything, but aesthetics do matter, but you got to have substance behind them. What I have found is a combination of having the substance and the tools and things like this presented in a way that has good aesthetics is the winning combination. Okay, so 23% of them said customize content to their job function or application area. So custom content for their specific job function. A whopping 75% said technical specifications. This is something that you can never go wrong with on a manufacturing site. Even if you're selling retail products, this is something that you cannot go wrong with. Tech specs, preferably in an HTML table or some other format that's easy for Google to crawl and parse and also easy for humans to look at and understand. That would be the preferred method. Don't put it in a PDF, put it in HTML first. 81% said in-depth technical information. This is very important. They want to geek out on some of the information. Anything that's going to help them do their job or give them insight or anything that sparks their imagination or intrigues their mind, that's going to help. So in-depth technical information, technical specs, these are the big two. Another 30% of them said features to help them configure the products and systems, so some sort of support. So anything that helps them configure products and systems together, some kind of supplemental information that will help. But these two things are the big things that appeal to engineers. Like I said, I've seen it time and time again. If you have this type of thing presented in a way that has aesthetics, it's going to be a winning combination. Okay, engineers overwhelmingly prefer websites that offer concise information with links to in-depth content. So kind of like a page with bullet points that lead to detail pages with in-depth content. So engineers, younger ones that are 35 and under, are more likely to value imagery icons related to the content. So having at least one image is probably a good idea for any page. But having like icons, I'm trying to say iconography. I don't know. Um, things like this, but little icons, that, of course, people who are under 35, well, they're pretty much raised on the web. So 81% of the engineers say their favorite websites provide in-depth technical information. 75% said they prefer websites that offer concise information with links to more in-depth content. So you have to have the in-depth part first. If you want to have a page of bullet points, or where you maybe have like a image and then a headline and then like a short summary of what that page is going to be and then a button to go read more about it, that might be good. That's what they're talking about here. 53% said CAD drawings are the most valuable asset for engineers, with 53% willing to fill out a form in exchange for a download. So that's pretty useful information. Computer assisted drawing. Okay, so 50% said they lose trust in a vendor when their website lacks product information. I think that goes for a lot of people, but for engineers, yeah, half of them said they lose trust in a vendor when their website lacks product information. So the more product information you have, the better it is for you. The more information and the more technical info you have, the better it is going to be for you. Okay. Engineers are judicious with the information that they're willing to exchange for content. They're least likely to provide a mobile phone number and purchase time frame. Most of these buying decisions are long-term things. These are long sales cycles. These are usually not last-minute decisions. They're not split-second decisions. So, because again, the engineer is usually not the one doing it. They go to the buyer or the procurement agent, and those are the people who write the checks on behalf of the engineers. But they said most people are willing to exchange. Over 80% said they're willing to exchange their work email or their first name, and then only 70% said the company name or the last name. But yeah, the work email, you kind of need that one. You kind of need the first name because you want to follow up with your sales rep, talking to them. That's how most places do it. They have a sales team or a sales rep assigned to certain accounts or follow up on leads, and make sure that people are getting all the information that they actually need to get them into that sales funnel through your CRM. Okay, so that is a very useful infographic. I mean, this backs up a lot of the things that I've thought anyway, or things that I have found to be true. Technical information, in-depth technical specs, very, very good. Supplemental information on the products and systems is good. But most people say, most engineers, and these are the people who are going to go talk to the buyers at the companies that you're trying to win business with, they say the websites should provide in-depth technical info. 3/4 of them said that they prefer websites that have some sort of landing page with concise information that link to more in-depth content, so some kind of archive page or a list page with kind of like details that go to more in-depth content. So that's good site architecture. 50% of them lose trust in vendors that don't have product information. And surprisingly, CAD drawings, maybe not surprisingly, are a valuable asset to engineers. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO, and I'm here every single day making videos on SEO. And thank you for watching. I would love to see you subscribe. So definitely go do that. And until next time, peace.